Hi everyone, Jack here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on some of the physical copies I have got for the original Xbox. So without further ado guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe, and let's begin. Right, so this one is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell for the original Xbox. Now, I haven't played Splinter Cell before, but I thought why not get the very first one, so maybe when I get my Xbox working again, I'll be able to play this and experience it, because I've heard a lot of good things about the series, and it'd be a really cool one to get into with the stealth. Give it a try myself when I get my original Xbox working. Because at the moment I cannot play anything because the disc tray makes a lot of weird sounds, and the console, I always think it's going to blow up. That's how unstable it feels when you play the console. So I haven't played this at all, but I look forward to it. And it only cost me like £2, which was a good purchase. The cover looks really nice. I really do like the original Xbox's like color scheme, the logo, and the colors just remind me of Mountain Dew and the Big Brother core that's been booming for a long time. The blacks and the greens and the space-like edginess and stuff. I always say like the original Xbox is the Big Brother console. Brothers like who played Halo and all these other edgier games on that console, so I just imagine that. So yeah, Splinter Cell for the original Xbox. Right, so this next one is the Backyard Wrestling Don't Try This at Home for the original Xbox. I got this because of the whole parental advisory explicit content, and I don't know why I just flashed back to offensive songs like Eminem, where they would put like warnings on the CD like covers, and it takes me back to like Jackass as well, where Jackass was like a huge thing back in the day. So when I saw this cover, I was like, this reminds me of like Jackass, that early 2000s, like unhinged, kicking the crap out of your mates and just having a great time and just doing some ridiculous stuff in your back garden. See, it reminds me of like when I used to be a kid, doing stuff that may have not been the best thing to do, like jumping off of things and accidentally hurting you and your brother. And you just didn't think as kids, you just pretty much, the whole back garden was anything you wanted it to be. It could be like a wrestling place, it could have been a racetrack or anything like that, and it just reminds me of that. It looks really cool. I really do like it. The whole like guy dive bombing on this dude who's just like laid flat on this table, and he's just gonna get like obliterated. And it was only like £5, so I cannot wait to give this a try. Like I said, it's got that early 2000s edginess, because we see this guy covered in blood and he's got like this bat with like barbed wire around it. Hopefully you can see some of the screenshots. The focus seems to be playing up, but I will at the end of this video be showcasing all these games individually, and the focus should be a lot better than it is right now. But yes, Backyard Wrestling Don't Try This at Home for the original Xbox. Right, this next one is 007 Nightfire for the original Xbox. £2 for this. Really cool. I have played this before I stopped playing my console. I really enjoyed it. Chase scenes in this game are really good. Like while you get missiles shot at you by planes and stuff, you're just there racing around in your Aston Martin trying to avoid it, and also whilst shooting your own missiles and guns and stuff. It's just really tense, and it is a lot of fun. Like, it takes me back to playing that. The whole reason I got this game was because I thought it was Agent Under Fire. I got confused with that game, thinking it was this game, and I just remember Agent Under Fire, enjoying that so much. And it was funny because growing up I could never get past the first level, because console would freeze on that specific part after you completed it, so we could never get past it. We can only replay it. So I enjoyed the hell out of the laser watches and stuff like that. And it's just great to get another James Bond game, especially from the early 2000s, because we don't get many James Bond games like nowadays. Like recently we did get First Light, and that's been really good. I've watched my brother play it. I haven't played it for myself yet, but I really want to once I get things up and running with my setup, and maybe I'll stream it. So 007 Nightfire, wicked James Bond game. Of course, we got Pierce Brosnan in video game form right there, if we can see him. Screenshots here from the game and the cutscenes. So yes, 007 Nightfire for the original Xbox. This next one is the Fantastic Four video game film, was it from back in 2005, I think, when the first film came out. I love the first two films for the Fantastic Four. They got so much crap back in the day for being really bad, but when I've always liked them, especially Silver Surfer. I really liked the whole ability swapping and just the overall shenanigans of that film. So cool. And then at the end, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so spoiler ahead if you haven't seen it. I mean, the film's been out since 2007, but I love the part where like all the characters have their hands together and then Johnny puts his hand on all of them, and you see him in the next scene with like a stretchy hand and a fire hand and all of his team members' abilities. That was just so cool when he was taking down Doctor Doom. That was just so badass. Absolutely loving that. But this one, it only cost me 99 pence, and I thought, why not? Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. I grew up with Fantastic Four, and I think it'd be a good experience, even if it may not be the best one. I have heard mixed reviews about this game, but I want to see for myself and judge it by myself, so then I can actually like experience it, and then basically if it's crap, I think it's crap, and not because someone's, you know, told me their opinion and said it's crap, because I might actually enjoy it. So I'm not going to say something is terrible if I haven't played it or watched it. So I'm going to absolutely enjoy playing this, and I do love a good deal as well, so that's why I bought it too, because 99 pence for an original Xbox game, why not? So yeah, Fantastic Four for the original Xbox. Here's the back, if you can see it, due to the focus being a pain in the ass. I don't know if you can still see it. There we are. Okay, that's probably the best we're gonna get. Next one is Spider-Man 2 for the original Xbox. Now, of course, I loved Spider-Man 2 movie. I loved 3 films, the original Spider-Man films. I actually enjoyed 3. It got a lot of crap, but I really enjoyed Spider-Man 3. I enjoyed especially Spider-Man 2, of course, with Dr. Octavius. Like, so many iconic scenes, even with like the train scene, beautiful. Those films were just such a vibe. The fight scenes, the CGI still holds up even after all these years. And I got this because not only do I love Spider-Man 2, but because I grew up actually playing this version on the original Xbox. Kid, I used to like, again, run home from school, quickly come on and play all the missions, and basically use him as a vessel to basically imagine myself as Spider-Man, saving all these people, climbing up buildings and stopping them from falling and delivering pizzas. And I just remember having so much fun with this game, and it only cost £7 in comparison to how most of these games would be sold on eBay. I'd say it was a pretty good investment, because honestly, Spider-Man 2, the video game, was such a vibe, just like the film, and I really want to play this again once I get my console running. So yes, so here's the front, of course, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and here's the back. Dr. Octavius looking like a mad lad right there. Look at that, looking so cool. So yep, Spider-Man 2 for the original Xbox. Right, this next one is another vibe for me growing up, because I grew up playing this game so much and I just love it, from the music, the atmosphere, just everything about it. And it was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the original Xbox, and it only cost £7. And I just remember playing this, I don't think for the original Xbox, I played it, I think for the GameCube, I think PS2 maybe, and I remember enjoying it so much because of the music and being able to freely walk around Hogwarts at night. And I loved the Harry Potter games, and I loved Hogwarts Legacy for the exploration. So I just remember just getting lost in that world, putting on my headset and just enjoying the music and putting myself in that character. So I pretty much played all the activities and did 100%. It's like, it's really rare for me to play a game and get the entire experience out of it from the activities and 100% it, but I did with that game, because that world is fantastic. Say what you want, but like for me, I really enjoy Hogwarts, and that world itself, it's such a great escape, and they did such a good job making that game. The atmosphere, everything was just so detailed, and I cannot wait for Hogwarts Legacy 2 and to see what that's like. And I'm hoping they add multiplayer. That would be such a really cool thing, being able to play with friends or just randomers online, and you can all connect, enjoy the game that you love together, and just run around the halls of Hogwarts, messing around, shooting spells and stuff at each other. So that would be really cool. But I enjoyed this game so much when I was younger, playing as Harry, of course, running around these iconic halls, because being able to run around stuff that was like the first, second, and like films, like I enjoyed 1 to 3 Harry Potter, because they were colourful and just an overall warm vibe, so comfortable. Like you could watch them in Christmas time and sit by the fire and just have them on. I wasn't a big fan of when it started getting older and older, because it just started getting darker and darker. I could barely see what was happening on the screen because it was so dark. Like, those were all good films, but I missed the innocence of the first 2 and 3 of the films. I just remember feeling so warm and being immersed in that world, and that's what made it even better to be able to play the games that sort of captured that feel, that unusual video game feel as well. And you know, I had so many great memories, so this game is no exception. It's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the original Xbox. Here's the front and here's the back, if you can see it. If you can't, I'm sorry. Like I says, I'm gonna record a thing at the end to show you guys all these games from front to back, and yeah. Right, this next one is SSX Free. I got this because I really enjoyed SSX Tricky, from the music to the cheesy with spiky hair and just, you know, it's tricky, you know, that song. And they use it, they mix it in a way where you perform a trick and they go tricky, and it just reminds me of like the arcades when I was really young, going to the arcades and you'd hear like stuff like that blaring in the background, and it just took me back to a really nice time being a kid and getting these 2p coins from your parents and just playing machines and just looking at other machines, people playing on racing machines and Fast and Furious and stuff. It just takes me back, this sort of stuff just takes me back to a time when I was a child, when I went to the arcades. But here's the front, SSX Free, see it, there we are, and there we are. Keeps wanting to focus on Harry's face right there. The next one is, of course, if you're going to get the original Xbox, you need to get the OG game. It's Halo 2 for the original Xbox. I saw another version of this where like this art was like smaller and it was like a platinum version. And I was like, I don't want that, I want this one. Now this feels like an actual platinum version right here. Like, look how cool this cover looks. Like I says, the whole older brotherness just seems to just leak through onto this. I'd want a poster with this exact art because this looks absolutely badass. And the coolest thing is, it's only $3.99, which was a really good deal for this game. This would probably be like more than £20 on eBay, because people want to get the full artwork, and it's hard to get this one because usually it's like in windowed mode and it says platinum or classics or whatever. I wanted this version because of course the artwork's very beautiful, the iconic Master Chief Halo 2 logo. This game's an overall vibe. I remember playing the hell out of this during COVID, the Master Chief collection from 1 to Reach or something like that. I can't remember the Halo 5, I can't remember the limit in Master Chief collection from the Halo games, but I remember playing all of them day and night and wearing the headset, not being distracted by everyone around me, just immersed in the music. I can't wait to stream this one day because it was so fun to play, and I can't wait to capture it again because it has been such a long time since I've played it, since COVID. COVID's been a few years back, so I haven't played it since then, so it'd be great to go back to this and revisit it. And so yeah, Halo 2 for the original Xbox. Yes. Right, this next one is a big childhood. It gets me in the feels. It is Metal Arms Glitch in the System. I remember me and my brother would play this non-stop whilst there was music blaring in the background of like my parents playing like 80s and 90s. And me and my brother used to scream and laugh and shout. Literally every emotion playing this game. We would body swap with machines. We use this blaster where it pulls basically us inside the machine and leaves our original body in like scraps that fall to the floor. We would possess robots, we would literally take off limbs. It was just early 2000s edginess because it was all like robot destruction and swearing and just so much charm to it. Like, it was just so edgy, and I remember playing a bit of this and I just got automatic nostalgia from it. You just had to be there, because I cannot remember, but I remember it might have been this exact copy, but I feel like it was played on a GameCube or something like that. They don't make games like this anymore, but it'd be really nice to get like a remaster or at least a port over to PlayStation in high definition, HD textures and stuff like that. Me and my brother had such a good time, and I hope once I get my console running we can play this together on split screen. It's like, even that's so old school as well, split screen. We used to play this, and sometimes you do that thing where you pretend that the screen's not there, so you'd be like, where are you, even though like you could easily like look down and see where they are. Or sometimes maybe one of us would be like, right, I'm gonna try and cheat here and see where you are so I can find you. I recommend you play this game, and or with your siblings or whoever you can find. It is so great to play this on multiplayer. The weapons are absolutely insane. So of course, get this game. Absolute legend of the game. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I remember playing this a little bit growing up, like in the character creator and going around New Jersey, skating around, and I think that's about it. I don't remember being like other people, completing the story and doing all these fancy tricks. I just remember skating around and getting in that green car where you can drive around New Jersey, and I just remember doing kid stuff where it just made no sense what I was doing, and that's all I remember. And then a few years later, I played like Folk Pro, where pretty much all the maps from all the Tony Hawk games, including this one, was in there, and I've been skating around. I haven't played it in 2 years or so, but I really enjoyed it, and I wanted this one because, of course, I love the Jackass films, and I love the stunt 2000s, kind of like eating crap, as in like you do stunts where you accidentally hit your face, and it was definitely very Jackass oriented. It was that vibe back in the day, because Jackass was like so huge. You'll see some like crazy Jackass sort of stunts, and the story, like the introduction of how they introduce these characters, are just so unhinged and so strange. You're just so along for the ride. I did play this before the console broke, my brother and I, and we got so frustrated because we don't play many skating games, but when we do, we're like, no, it cancelled it out, and it did things like the mechanics or the controller would do things it's not supposed to do, like why did you let go easily and all that stuff. I just remember it being very warm in this room because the amount of stress and anxiety and everything that was induced playing this game. But yes, original Xbox Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Here's the back, just in case I didn't show you guys. If you can bloody see it first. There we are. There's the back. Right, next one. Okay, so this next one is Judge Dredd. Never played it, never played this game. It just came with like the console at the time. It came with a stack of games when I first bought the console, and this was one of them. And I really do like the cover though. Badass artwork and the way like the name shines, and it just looks so cool. So maybe one day I'll give it a try. I'll probably watch a bit of gameplay on YouTube to see what I'm getting myself into, and then I'll give it a play for myself maybe. So Judge Dredd, Dredd vs. Death for the original Xbox. Here's the back as well, just in case you want to look. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Judge Dredd. Right, this next one is an interesting one because I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I remember quite enjoying the introduction to this, where you were just surrounded by a bunch of guys with swords and just started absolutely tearing the crap out of everybody. I don't know anyone's name in this, maybe Gandalf, and that's it, or that's it pretty much, Gandalf, that's all I know. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. I enjoyed it so far in the introduction, may give it another play. Wrong person to have the game really, because I would be absolutely terrible at this game. So either way, it's nice to have a Lord of the Rings game in case I ever get bored and curious to branch out and play games I don't usually play. So yeah, Lord of the Rings. Okay, so this next one is a game that absolutely terrifies me just like the film, and it is The Thing for the original Xbox. Now, I watched the original Thing, I think it was from the 1980s or something like that, John Carpenter's The Thing, and I remember that was just so uneasy. You literally felt you was in those rooms, and you felt that anxiety just like the characters, like who was actually who they say they were, and it was just absolutely just... And Kurt Russell was absolutely fantastic in that role. He's just brilliant, Kurt Russell. You were just rooting for him to survive and just kick alien ass, you know? So, yeah. So this game's no exception. I have seen gameplay on this. I think I've even played a little bit, and I just felt instant chills as well. Like, it definitely captures the movie really well from what I've seen, because it makes you feel just like the movie. You're paranoid. You're there trying to survive, and you're there like turning corners and thinking, oh, I've got to be careful here because, you know, there's going to be like a weird, jumbled, deformed mess around the corner who's going to absolutely lay me out, you know, kick my ass. So, I just had to get this game, of course, because I really did like the film. I'm not too sure about the newer one, the early 2000s, The Thing. I remember watching it, but I cannot remember anything about it. But I remember a lot about The Thing, of course, the original one. It's so iconic. There's so many mysteries and lore behind it still. And how that ending as well is constantly being debunked, and what it really means and what really happened. And then another theory comes out explaining that that theory was absolute crap and that it's this one. So it's always constantly changing, so it's always interesting to hear more about this movie because it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, The Thing for the original Xbox. Here's the back in case I did not show you again, because I always keep forgetting myself. Right, so this next one, of course, I was telling you guys about Harry Potter, so I had to get the Quidditch World Cup game. So this one's a more sporty game. Like, I've always wanted to sort of get the Quidditch experience in some of these Harry Potter games. We've had it sprinkled in a few times. A few of the games I enjoyed playing the Quidditch in, but I always wondered what it would be like if the game was like oriented, like a Harry Potter game that was oriented around that sort of thing. So here we have it, pretty much, the Quidditch World Cup. I'm very intrigued to see how good it is, and if it is good, or is it just one of them games that I shouldn't have actually played in the first place. But there's only one way to find out, I suppose. But yeah, here's the back, and there's the front again. So yeah, Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup for the original Xbox. Right, so this next one is State of Emergency. I got this because, I'll be honest, I saw the Rockstar logo and I thought, obviously GTA, LA Noire, all these brilliant games. So I thought, oh, Rockstar's print is on this, so this is gonna be good. I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna have to check out some gameplay on YouTube, but I'm very intrigued to see this because I haven't played this game before or seen it or heard of it, and I was just like, oh, Rockstar logo, it's gonna be good. So we'll see if it's actually good. I can actually show you the back. There we are. So yeah, State of Emergency. Tell me if you guys have played this, what it's like mechanics wise or just story wise, if there's even a story. Tell us if it's actually a good game. So yeah, State of Emergency for the original Xbox. This one is The Sims 2. I remember little bits of Sims 2, but I remember playing the Herb Sims in the City. I remember playing the hell out of that one because of, obviously, like, the Black Eyed Peas were in it, and the music was iconic because it was like, let's get it started, but it was like Simlish. I'd run home from school and I'd put on The Sims and decorate my characters and create this whole life. And for some reason though, I was able to play it really well back in the day, but for some reason I cannot play it now. And they usually say, like, with age you get better with games. I'd say now it's the opposite. Like, I was good back in the day learning it and everything, but now it's like I don't even know where to start with a Sims game and manage characters' lives. But back in the day I could do it like child's play. From what I remember really enjoying it and forming this whole life and redoing an apartment and just stuff like that. But yeah, this one, The Sims 2, I do have little memories with this, but not well enough to remember them. But I have played this before, so, you know, maybe one day I'll give it a play and maybe it will trigger a memory and then be like, oh yeah, I did this and so, you know, just that type of thing. But my mind's drawn a blank. But of course, I had to get a Sims game because, of course, The Sims is iconic too. So yes, The Sims 2 for the original Xbox. Ta-da! The next one is The Incredible Hulk for the original Xbox. Now, I remember playing this and it absolutely bored the hell out of me because I just remember the scenes with Bruce Banner. You couldn't even Hulk out because the powers were like taken and gave to someone else. So he was sneaking around facilities and stuff like that, and I just remember being so bored of this game as a kid because I would never play as the Hulk as much because I never got past the level where you were sneaking around a facility trying to get your powers back or something like that. And I can't say anything more about it because I never got that far in the game, but apparently from other people that this game isn't good either, so strong chance this game might be exactly what I think it is, a piece of crap. But yeah, so that's the front, and this is the back. If it'll let me show you the back, there we are. Yep. So the Hulk game for the original Xbox. Right, so this next one is another blank as well. It's the original Hitman game for the original Xbox. Now, I don't remember any of this because I think I remember playing Hitman when I was really young, but there was nothing that I did in it that made me remember it. I think I was just walking around and I just remember just nothing. I cannot remember anything actually. So yeah, so here's the back, and here we see Agent 47. Well, if the blur keeps on, there we are. Like the blur can't make up its mind right now. There we are. So Hitman for the original Xbox. Okay, this last one, we finally made it, guys. The last one Return to Castle Wolfenstein Tides of War. Haven't played this yet. I'm not really a Wolfenstein fan. I've seen gameplay for the PS4 one and I never really paid attention to it. I think I put it on to go to sleep one time. I've never been a Wolfenstein person. I've always been like Call of Duty World at War and all these other war games and stuff. So I never really paid attention to Wolfenstein and I don't know what it's even about. So you're gonna have to tell me guys what it is about and why I should probably play it. And yes, so here's the front, and this is what I meant. This is what the one of the Halo 2 games were going to be. We're just going to be like Halo 2 cover there, and then the classics. And I was like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want this. I want the whole window to be the artwork, you know. So yeah, and here's the back as well. Just get rid of Harry's face. That's the back if you can see it. There we are. Pause it. So yeah, these are. Well, that's the final one, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was great to show you guys the collection, and this time actually film it in a way where I'm actually quite content with, because the last, I don't know if I'll show you guys a clip, but I was not satisfied with the way the scene was lit, just the way it was executed, and I just felt like it was going to be a ball ache to edit something that I wasn't even pleased with at all. So yeah, hopefully this video comes out a lot better than the original one would have, and I hope you enjoyed it. So make sure to like, share and subscribe. If you'd like to see more, let me know in the comment section below, and without further ado guys, I'll see you next time with another video. Peace.